Hello everybody, this is Elder Stacy Zanders. We are coming to you today with another video. We are still looking at blackdemographics.com. But before we get into the video, I would like to say that if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my videos. If you're looking on Facebook, please follow. Please follow and like and share the video to those who you think this content may help. If you're watching, see it on my Twitter account, please follow my Twitter account, like and retweet. And if you're looking at LinkedIn, please like the video and then share it so that the content can get out to as many people as it possibly can. I'm going to be looking into 3 areas today in this particular video. We're going to be looking at where are black men with jobs. So women, our sisters out there, or anyone is looking to see where men are with jobs, we're going to deal with that category first. And we're going to be looking at the educational attainment of black men in the statistics. And then we're going to be looking at the population of black men at a glance. But I guess I am going to start with the best. I'm going to do that first, and then we're going to work our way up the table here, just to kind of take a look at this. And I want to also tell you that I want to try to hoard the information and keep the information to myself. But if you go on blackdemographics.com, you can get all this information. We're just going over it. This is for your educational and entertainment purposes only. And I'm not giving you any advice on anything. We're just giving you the numbers. And I would like to also say, put a plug in 2030, once that census come around again. People, especially all black and brown people, please make sure you participate in the census. We may be underrepresented because there are a lot of black and brown people who think there is some type of dark conspiracy theory in taking the census. The census was implemented several thousand years ago, when Caesar commanded them to come back to the place of their birth and to be counted. And they also pay their taxes. But federal funds are dispersed based upon the information in the census. And if you do not participate in the census, there is a lot of benefits to the communities that they will not get. So we could be underrepresented here. We do not know that. I don't know that for a fact. But if we don't participate in the census, our numbers would not be accurate. So everybody, please participate in the census. But let's look at the cities where black men with jobs outnumber black women. Now that is a good thing. It is a good thing. We're finally going to look at some places where black men outpace black women, and that do not take that any kind of way. I love our sisters. I think everybody need to be the best selves that they can be. But we also understand that we need in our communities for black men to step into the places where they have been designed by God to be in. So it's a good thing to see the black men in some areas of the country is outpacing black women where employment is concerned. Nationwide, there are 93 black men with full-time jobs to every 100 black women with full-time jobs, but the number can vary greatly depending upon the location. So for every woman to have a full-time job, for every 100 women, there's 93 black men with full-time jobs. But where are the black men with jobs? Let's take a look at this. We've already said that. For example, number 1, San Diego. So women, you're looking for men that have jobs. You may want to start looking for men in San Diego. San Diego has 167 full-time working black men for every 100 full-time working black women. That is a city where men outpace women when it comes to full-time jobs. While number 49 is St. Louis. Only has 78 full-time working black men for every 100 full-time black women. So sisters, you may want to stay away from St. Louis if you're trying to find a man with a job. But let's take a look at the large metropolitan areas. Black full-time working populations, 50,000 persons or more. Okay, let's take a look at this. We just talked about this. The top 5 metro areas where black men for every 100 black women. And San Diego is number 1. It's 167 full-time men for every 100. and Seattle, Washington. You want to go to Seattle, Washington, you're going to find a man with a job. 139 full-time working men for every 100 women. Denver, Colorado comes in third with 134 full-time working black men for every 100 black women. And Phoenix, Arizona, you have 121 working black men for every 100 full-time working women. And number 5 is Minneapolis. St. Paul, Minnesota has 120 for every 100 black women. So these are the top 5 cities, five top large metropolitan areas where men outpace women when it comes to full-time jobs. But let's go over here and take a look at the bottom of the list. These are probably some cities, sisters, you may want to stay away from. And Milwaukee comes in, Wisconsin comes in at 45. There are only 81 full-time African-American men working for every 100 women. Birmingham, Alabama, there's only 80 men for every 100 women. Little Rock, Arkansas has 80 men for every 100 women. Cleveland, Ohio has 78 men for every 100 women. And St. Louis, Missouri has 78 full-time working men for every 100 women. So these are some of the cities. They round up 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Some of the places, large metropolitan areas, you may not want to be looking for a man if you're looking for someone who is gainfully employed. But let's look at some of the smaller metropolitan areas. For metropolitan areas with black full-time working populations of 15 to 50,000 persons. Okay, what rounds up in us, these are the smaller metropolitan areas. Portland, Oregon, there is 151 full-time black men for every 100 women. Clarksville, Kentucky, is that Tennessee, Kentucky? Clarksville, I guess that's Tennessee, Kentucky. I'm assuming it's 138 full-time men for every 100 women. And San Jose, Santa Clara, California, there's 131 for every 100. Providence, Rhode Island, I guess it's Rhode Island, Massachusetts, 130 for every 100. Then you have Killeen, Temple, Texas. There's 129 full-time men for every 100 women. And the smaller metropolitan areas that rounds up the bottom 5 is Florence, South Carolina. There are 77 full-time men for every 100 women. Tallahassee, Florida, there are 77 full-time men for every 100 women. Mobile, Alabama, and 76 to 100. Greenville, North Carolina, there are 75 full-time men for every 100 women. And Monroe, Louisiana, there are 71 full-time working men to every 100 women. So these are the bottom 5. Again, in the smaller metropolitan areas, you probably not want to go to these areas if you're expecting someone who is gainfully employed. For metropolitan areas with black full-time working populations of 5,000 to 15,000, these are smaller areas. The top 5, it is Honolulu, Hawaii, has 294 working black men for every 100 women. El Paso, Texas, has 195 full-time men for every 100 women. Salt Lake City, Utah, there's probably a lot of people that are roughnecks working in the oil fields here. 180 full-time black men for every 100 women. Oxnard, Ventura, California, is 163 full-time men for every 100 women. Albuquerque, New Mexico, is 162 for every 100 women. So these are areas, women, where you can find men who are gainfully employed that will outpace you. And the bottom 5 in these small cities is Athens, Georgia. Wow, that is the home of the Georgia Bulldogs. That is amazing. There's only 81 working black men for every 100 women. In Sumter, South Carolina, there is 80 to 100. Wilmington, North Carolina, there is 77 to 100. Peoria, Illinois, there is 76 to 100. And Sigmund, Michigan, if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, okay, you get what I'm saying, it's 67. That is the lowest of them all. That's the bottom 5. So these are some areas you do not want to be looking for men, because they're not going to be gainful, they're not going to outpace women. But let's take a look at the educational attainment, and when we see that, maybe we will see in some of these areas why it is the way it is. Okay, let's look at the educational attainment of men 25 and up. It says by 2018, about 50% of black men 25 and older have been to college, although just over half, 54% of them, actually completed a degree, compared to a 60% of all men who attain college, 2/3 of which, 66%, have completed a degree. Less than high school diploma. In black men, there are 15% of men who have less than a high school diploma, and overall all men is 12%. High school graduate includes equivalency, that is 35%, compared to 28% overall. Some college or no degree, 23%, compared to 20% of men overall. Associate's degree is 7%. It's about pace and pace with men overall at 8%. Bachelor's degree is at 12% compared to 20% of men overall. Graduate or professional degree is 7% compared to 12% of men overall. Bachelor's degree or higher is 19% compared to 32% of men overall. And attended college is 50% attended college compared to 60% of men overall. The biggest disparity between black men and all men in America is those who have a bachelor's degree. Only 19% of black men have a bachelor's degree compared to 32% of all men. Second is the number of black men who finished high school but did not pursue higher education, 35% compared to 28% of all men. The percent of black men who have an associate's degree is 7%, is just about equal to that of all men of 8%. Only 15% of black men over 25 did not complete high school. This is still higher than the percent of men of all races and ethnic groups together. So we have some areas to improve. That means we need to be more involved in our young black men and making sure that they complete high school and move on to some post-secondary education, whether it's going to be in trade or in college. Okay, now let's take a look at the population of men. Let's just take a look at this, and we will conclude this particular video for this section, and I'll give you a glance of what we're going to be dealing with in the next video. We're going to be just looking at population, black men statistics on population according to the official 2018 estimates from the U.S. Census Bureau. Of black male population in the United States was 21 million black men in 2018. This is 48% of the total black population compared to black females, who make up 52% of the black population. So women are outpacing the men, all right, by 4%. So there are more men, more women than men, as we would already suspect. And it says compared to all males in America, black males on an average are younger at 33 years of age. Look at the population and say 21 million black males in the country. Of all men is 161 million. The median age of black men in the country is 32 and a half years old compared to the average of 36.9 for all men, and a percent compared to females. Total 81% under 18 years of age is 51%, 18 to 34 is 50%, 35 to 64 is 47, and 65 and older is at 40%. And of course, compared to females, it is 49% total. Under 18 years of age is 51%. So the younger they are, they're about the same at under 18 years of age. Okay, from 18 to 34, women began to start to outpace men. And between that age group, 50% to 51%, 35 to 64, there's another increase, and there's a higher percentage of women over men by 2%, and then 65 and over, and then you will begin to see the biggest jump because black women live longer than black men. It's 40% to 44%. Compared to all males in America, black males on an average are younger at 33 years of age compared to all males overall. Okay, so we took a look at that. So that's just at a glance here at the population of our community and statistics. So we have to, number one, look at some of those numbers. Men, we have to take better care of our health. We have to stop being we have to be less reckless in our living. And we have to be more responsible to protect ourselves from, and we know that there's other factors involved in this, but we're not dealing with that stuff at the present time. We just need to take better care of ourselves, and the more we know, the better we can do. That old saying said, when you know better, you do better. But in the next video, let me give you a quick glance of what we're going to be dealing with in the next video. We're just going to be looking again at population. We're going to be taking a look at the population and the statistics of the population, median household incomes and things of that nature, so that you and I, we can always be in the know. So we're going to be looking at this 2021 Black population breakdown from the latest statistics. We're going to be dealing with that in the next video. So I want to appreciate everyone who watched the video, share the content, like and subscribe, follow and share, and like, follow, and retweet. And until the next time, as always, God bless you.